and welcome to the Mahindra Finance Think Tank Season 6 exclusively on ET Now. Think Tank is a 45-day execution challenge developed by the Mahindra Finance Learning and Development team. So let's go ahead and see who the winners of this season are.
So the winners of Think Tank Season 6.
So yeah, is it...
So let's take a pause here for a moment. It may seem like we've reached the end of the challenge, but let's establish for you what the Think Tank is all about. Who are the people participating and what went on during these 45 days? Let's rewind a little and take you back to where it all began in Nasik.
Think Tank is a flagship talent development initiative for the financial services sector. It brings the people from two generations together and harnesses generational intelligence to create breakthrough solutions.
All right, good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Great. That's the energy of Think Tank. I think judging by the energy in the room, judging by the kind of mentors that we have this year, I think probably this is going to be the best season of Think Tank in the history of 6 years that we had.
Some questions and some future assignments. So I got cleared and then selected for L&D.
This is one of the best ways to bring people together, make them think differently, and then create that bonding amongst themselves. And I'm sure they'll go back and discuss what was their experience, and it then spreads like a wildfire. That's the value proposition.
I wanted to become a leader, and that's the reason we are here.
We put in a lot of eligibility criteria, which includes management training cadre or performance or learning credits. And then there is the second round, which is more of a toll gate, wherein we ensure that people put in a structured thought and write down why they want to come in and participate in this event.
The project what we will get, we have to give the best, we have to apply our alternative thinking, so we could make as a team, a best team, and we could win this think tank.
The sponsors, who are the steering committee of the company, actually present projects to them to be handled, and these are all live problems. These are not imaginary projects, they are real life projects.
It's altogether a different learning and development experience where you have different exposure apart from your PPT presentation and all. And it will be, I think, one of the most wonderful training experience in my entire professional career, whatever I'd say.
Think Tank has established itself as a brand that many people in the organization aspire to be a part of. We receive over 100 applications from high-performing young managers in the organization. We facilitate an online case study assessment that measures the participants on two key competencies that's required to be a successful mentee in Think Tank: ability to innovate and ability to execute projects. We identify the top 35 mentees on these assessment parameters, and we bring them to Think Tank 6 as the final set of mentees who work with the mentors to deliver and execute projects. A small information to all the mentors: no more than 6 members in a team. 160 from Yogesh, call number 2. 180 from Madhav. There is a very interesting auction process that happens to select the mentees. Each mentor is given a set of trump cards that has vital information about all the selected mentees and also the assessment scores that has been identified in the two key competency areas.
Alternative thinking is my quality, as well as I can work on a multitasking. Accepting no limits, drive positive change and alternative thinking.
So I believe in a disciplined approach and hitting my targets, and I can execute targets given.
Hall of Fame was given to me for my Kaizen, how to take alternate sources for recruitment.
In these 5 years, I got 3 promotions, 6 Dhruv Taras, 1 Drona gold medal.
The mentors with this information and tokens worth 1,000 units are all set to begin the auction process. Pankaj at 50, Pankaj at 50, Vivek at 60, Call number 1, Pankaj says 70, Vivek says 80, Pankaj 90, Vivek 100, 120 from Pankaj, 140 from Vivek. Anil Pathak enters the race at 160, Pankaj at 200. Call number 1, no, 280 says Anil. Goes to Om Prakash for 140. The hero goes to Pankaj for the base prize at 50. Madhav Deshmukh backs Senthil Rangarajan for 140. They try to build a team that has strong capability to stand the test of time that Think Tank offers in its course.
There are 8 projects that we have. However, you need to select only 6. So I'm going to invite all the 6 mentors here to read the projects that are displayed. You get 8 minutes to read the projects. You go back, discuss with your team for another 2 minutes, and then start giving me the preferences.
We bring these teams together and they work on a cross-functional project which is directly assigned by the steering committee, who are the CEOs and the CFOs and the C-level executive people.
The team will have to come out with out-of-box thinking and come out with totally different solutions, and the solutions need to be also practical.
Team is very young and they're willing to do something, they want to show something, so I think it would be a good learning for me also.
I think it is an execution challenge where you do not know ABCD of that project and you start facing a challenge. That's what the kick is all about.
We know that we have to work in a one team and mentor will guide us about the project.
Well, there you have it. 6 teams have been formed and they have each been given a unique real-life corporate problem to solve. To see what happens next, stay tuned. Welcome back to the Mahindra Finance Think Tank Season 6 exclusively on ET Now. Let's go and find out what the 6 teams are up to. Taking you straight to the action.
I had a mix of both, getting a good team also and saving the cost to get the best choice also.
Concentration was more on a project, because having a clarity on the project, I have a confidence that I can able to mentor my team members.
In cricket, you should have one bowler, one wicket keeper, so that's the kind of approach I have taken by selecting a people. So HR, direct marketing, operations, account.
It was less money I had with me, and I had to choose so many good people for my team.
I wanted to have people from accounts, from finance, from HR, from direct marketing, and all places.
We virtually ran a IPL kind of auction, and I think at least I was successful in picking up one of the best talents.
So Think Tank is a talent development initiative. It brings together people from different generations and harnesses the power of generational intelligence. However, for that to happen, we do a lot of capability building initiatives.
So one thing you're saying is it is very innovative. Okay?
Better than our ideas.
Very nice. Now guys, you tell me, where do we lose all these things here? As children, we all were like that. Right? You agree? But as we grow older, what happens? So you start creating boundaries. Correct, guys? Today, we are going to break these boundaries.
At one end, the mentees are undergoing a very intensive session on innovation and execution, where they are looking at a problem statement from an absolutely different perspective. They are looking at it from a perspective which was probably not thought before. They are learning different styles of innovation, different models of innovation, and then applying it to the problem statement.
There were different problems which were identified by the organization, where 6 of these teams had to work on each of these problems. So the intervention was primarily focused on dissecting the problem at every aspect, at a 360-degree view and seeing how they can be converted into a solution map.
On the other hand, the mentors who really provide the directional support to the mentees are undergoing a group session on what it really requires to mentor this group of young people.
Experience and management literature says that what works well is diversity, and it is not necessary that experience or technical expertise about a subject will give you creative results.
Giving those quadrants of ask and tell and problems and solutions, and which quadrants. Generally, for getting a practical solution, we try to jump those quadrants, and then we lose out on our mentoring and coming out with our own solutions. So that should not happen. So that was very focused one, and it was very interesting. So we will also try to improve upon ourselves to asking right questions and get rather than giving a solution, derive the solution is more important.
Forcing the team to think of the solution, just not coming with the problems and get the solution from the seniors or their hierarchies. And this way we can able to make a robust system to attend the routine problem, so that once I get rid of the routine problems, I can focus more on the strategy problems.
They have taught us what would be our role, because we were just confused what we are supposed to do and how this is to be handled.
What should be the guiding principles? What is the best way of mentoring these people, and how to not be obstructive but having a kind of facilitator role?
How to counsel, how to give a solution to a specific question, not to the problem as a whole. So there were various examples which were taken, and I think after this session we are ready to mentor.
When you start looking at models and ideas which have cross-disciplinary connection, they start breaking your assumptions and start making you look at areas which you never looked at. And by that, maybe you will come across better solutions.
She has told us that you have to not only the broader level, but you have to study your project or your whatever the topic you have been selected till the macro level. So now we are actually jotting down all the points and working on each and every point in detail.
How to be in a team, how to look at the other people's opinions, how to actually use mind maps in creating different ideas. How to look up to seniors and listen to their ideas and put your ideas across. There can be certain conflicts sometimes in when you're working with teams, but how do you resolve those conflicts? So this at the end of the day will help me as a person as well.
No idea.
Tomorrow?
It may be some thrilling...
Tomorrow? It's a good question.
There may be some games or something they will plan.
No idea, and that's probably the best part of Think Tank 6.
We have now associated with Mahindra Adventure to custom build an off-roading racetrack for all the mentees, which will be exclusively available for the Think Tank participants.
Time for a short break, but we'll be back with lots more action from Think Tank Season 6. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Think Tank Season 6 exclusively on ET Now. We finally come to the most adventurous part of the challenge. Let's take you straight to Igatpuri, where the 6 teams are literally going off the beaten path.
All things you cannot teach in a classroom. Some of the things they really have to go out and see whether what works and what doesn't work. So at Mahindra Finance, we always believe that learning is a combination of fun and classroom. We don't really believe in full academic sessions. So we always bring in that approach of academic and experiential learning together. And we believe that if both are merged together, that's where the real capability building happens.
In the past, we have done a lot of adventurous team building activities that has excited the participants. But this year, we wanted to take it to the next level. We wanted to bring in an element that's bigger in shape and more adventurous than ever before.
You go fast, you get into a bump, you compress the suspension. Every time you compress the suspension, your approach angle will also change and you will hit the bumper. That is why slow is the key to go. But once you got out, then you need some amount of momentum to climb this. Easier line is to stick left, okay, and avoid these ruts. Remember, the faster you go, the less time you have to react. So speed is important, but it's not essential. If your wheels have been spinning for more than 5 seconds, they're not going to work anymore. Go back, offset your line left or right and try again. 4-wheel drive low, first gear, more than enough. Not too much throttle. The more throttle you apply, more spin will happen. You don't want that.
My name is Manish Sarso, and this is my colleague Vinay. And Vinay handles our southern fleet. We have fleets all over the country. And today, if you guys get stuck, he's the guy who's going to be pulling you out. So you have to know him, because if you're stuck, he's going to pull you out. On the road, you use your brake to slow down. Here we do not use the brake much at all. We'll be using the engine to slow down. Okay?
The whole idea behind Zigzag Challenge is to give participants a feel of the vehicle. It's a relatively easy obstacle and it's designed so that people start trusting the vehicle's abilities.
We get into a team bonding session where they really undergo an adventurous activity in which all of them come together and do an activity which really helps them to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the team, and in process they go back as a cohesive unit.
This is a slightly tricky turn. All you have to do is not press the brake and clutch. Let the vehicle roll down in first gear and just keep following the track. Respect nature, respect your skills, respect the vehicle, and most of the times you'll come out without any problems. So anytime you put your wheels on the grass, it's going to start sliding. So just stay in the mud, you'll be better. The kind of off-roading that we promote here is safe, technical, vehicle-friendly off-roading. We do not want vehicles to get damaged. Off-roading is all about finding an easier path from A to B. It does not necessarily mean that you will hit the biggest hole you can find over there.
Very thrilling and excitement fun, and we have enjoyed a lot
Yeah, it was more exciting drive. This is the first time I'm sort of doing an off drive. I was so excited.
It's amazing, wonderful drive. When we been to the steep high of that hill, I thought that we will gonna mess up. But yes, we have the confidence in us, and we have completed this thing.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I like it. It's hilarious, but I'll not do it again. No.
This is my first time experience while going off road, so it was amazing.
Of course, all 40 participants went through it and they passed with flying colors. We always say don't fight the vehicle. Don't apply too much power. Don't be harsh on the vehicle. Be gentle, it'll do its job. The vehicle knows what it's doing. It's built for such terrain. The only time things go wrong is when you start trying to fight the vehicle. It is a tricky obstacle which requires precise throttle control with clutch and brake. It has to be good coordination. But these guys were meant to place the vehicle in the center and balance the rest of the vehicle using their team. So a lot of people could not do that. Of course, it's a little tough. Use more brakes so that the vehicle does not slide back. Because right now the ramp will be down. You cannot walk in front of the car until the car has been placed. Once the car has been placed, do whatever you have to do.
मैंने सही बैलेंस बनाया था पर वो पता नहीं चल पाया कैसे उधर लगी गाड़ी.
Do not use the accelerator, just use the clutch and brake to climb. It will be a step-by-step process. Do not drive fast onto this because the ramp is just as wide as the vehicle. Orle. Aram se. Doing good. सीधा ले. पहले बीच में कर लो.
The problem was I wasn't able to judge, and the fenders on the side were bigger than the normal vehicle, so the judgment was a little difficult.
It was very important to not touch the bars on the side, which I did. So you were disqualified.
तुमको क्या लगता है हम जीतेंगे? बिल्कुल. अरे सर हम तैयार हो गए.
strategy was we have to stand our vehicle in somewhere in middle of this ramp. Finally, we could done it for 2-3 seconds. But I think this was a team spirit and team efforts, and finally we won the match.
So there you have it. You've seen only the beginning of Think Tank Season 6, and there's lots more to come. To know more about how this ends, tune in next week for the concluding episode of Think Tank Season 6 exclusively on ET Now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.